I have some example. I have some examples of them here that we have that I made. Ooh, that's in the way. But they're a lot of fun to have around the house. But before we dive into the craft, I have some fun background information on pressed flowers. What's so wonderful about pressing flowers is it's really a great opportunity to preserve a slice of nature within your home. Um, when you press flowers, you can use them in so many different ways, and it's wonderful. Something that I think is really cool about the pressed flower technique is that botanists use it in their research and in their herbariums. Um, the reason that they press flowers, um, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just like so excited to tell you all about this. Um,
That's
but,
okay.
the way that they press the flowers is they go ahead, they press them, they dry them, and then they affix them to like a special piece of paper. And once it's on that paper, they go ahead and label them with the botanical name, the collection location, and the date. So it's really important to have the botanical name or the scientific name because there are plants out there that have a lot of different common names. One that I can think of off the top of my head is the yesterday, today, and tomorrows. I know they have another common name as well that I'm like blanking on, but they have multiple common names. So having one scientific name allows everybody to know what plant they're talking about. Having the location and the date of where they were collected is also really important because let's say a botanist wants to go out and find that plant again, they know what location it's in and they know when it was last seen. So in case if they get out there and they don't see it, they have a date for when they last saw it, which is cool. Here at the Naples Botanical Garden, we do have an herbarium. So I have a question for you guys, and you all can shout out answers if you want. How many specimens do you guys think in our herbarium that we have? Like, do you think we have 10 specimens? Do you think we have like 100,000? Does anybody want to call out a number?
50,000.
50,000? Oh, you're so close. Anybody else?
60,000?
60,000? We're going up a little bit, but you guys are still close. Are you ready? We
Yes.
have over 40,000 specimens in our herbarium.
Oh, wow.
So that is a lot, I think. And here at the gardens, we use them for a variety of things, such as scientific research, conservation, and education. So as you can see, we're not using our pressed ones from our herbarium today, but we're using ones that Kyle, Spencer, and I have collected in our garden, which is pretty cool. So that's some fun little information about pressed flowers, and we're going to go dive into the activity. Today's activity is a great way to really have nature in your house. I know for me, I live in an apartment complex, so having these ornaments really allows me to get back into nature a little bit.
I just have a question.
Yes.
Is the Botanical Gardens open to the public now?
Yes, we are open to the public. We are open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
And I do suggest if you come, bring bug spray.
Bug spray is buggy
Yes.
over there?
I was out there this morning and I wish I had a fly swatter or mosquito swatter or something. But we are definitely open and we'd love to have you guys all come and check out our garden. So.
All right, thank you for letting me
You're
know.
welcome. These ornaments are also great. I know someone's mentioned the holidays. I have a few in my house that I've hung on my fridge. I have one hanging in my closet. I have one hanging in a window. So these are a great form of decor for your house, and they also make really good presents too for people. I have definitely given them as gifts. So you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, I got to turn our dot cam on and switch over, so give me one moment while I swap screens.
Abigail, do you need to share your screen? Do I need to make you co-host? Would that
No,
help?
I have a dot cam here.
Okay.
Pop up. Here we go. Oh, you guys can see it. All right, can you all see my hands?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so before we dive into the craft, I'm gonna do a quick run through of all of our supplies just to make sure that you all have them in front of you. All right, so our first thing on our list is our wonderful ornaments. Can y'all see them okay?
Yeah.
Should have 2 white ones and like a burnt red one. You also should have 3 pieces of yarn. Got 3 here. These are for all your ornaments. Now, if you guys have different types of yarn or twine at home, you'd rather use that, feel free to. We have those. We also have, I don't have a bag, but I have a pile of wonderful plant materials. I have leaves and some flowers in here too. And those will be our centerpiece for our craft today. All right, you should also have a silver container. Oh, the light on this reflects of Mod Podge. I always pronounce it wrong. But this is like a form of glue. You're also-
Abigail, can
Yes.
I interject just for a second here?
Yeah.
So if you're seeing on your screen lots of boxes and you can see everybody attending, you're what's called gallery view. And Zoom allows you to see just what's on Abigail's screen. So if you go over to her square, and there's 3 little dots. If you hover your cursor over her square, you're going to see 3 little dots in the upper right-hand corner of her little box. If you click those dots, there's an option that says pin. So if you hit that pin button, it makes Abigail's screen the full screen on your computer. So it might be easier to see what she's doing. Mel, did I explain that okay? I don't feel I explained that very well.
You did. I got it.
Okay, great.
Annika got it, so yes. I was gonna say yes, thank you.
Fantastic. So sorry to interrupt, Abigail.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I realized halfway through that I was like, I should have let everybody know. We have a few more things. We have, you should have about 5 different paints. I know mine have a pink hue because it has a pink lid. But you're going to have some different color paints because you can paint your ornaments, which is fun. And then you'll also have 2 different paintbrushes, kind of like a regular paintbrush and then more of like a spongy paintbrush. The sponge one we're going to use for Mod Podge. And then some items that are optional for you guys to have. I don't know how well you're all going to see this, but I have a little jar of water here. You guys can use a bowl or a cup. And this helps clean your paintbrushes. And then last but not least, I also have a, it's not tissue paper, paper towel roll. Paper towel, it's not a whole roll. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dive in. So if you guys have your supplies around you, you can go ahead and grab one of your ornaments. Can y'all still hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, you guys are frozen
can.
on my computer. Cool, you guys are all frozen on my computer, so I don't know if mine's wonky or not. But so one of the first steps that we can do, and this is optional, is to paint your ornament. So if you want to paint it, go ahead and grab some paints. I know I'm going to paint mine a little bit. So I'm going to take, I have a nice green color. Oh, I tied it too tight. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna take my green color here. And you guys can make any design you want. You could put polka dots on it. You can put with the sunshine. You can be as creative as you like. But I am going to paint a stem here and then some leaves.
Oh, she's painting a flower.
I'm painting. So if you guys want, you can grab your paintbrush and your paints and paint something on there. Does anybody have any fun designs that they're thinking of doing?
Not yet.
All right, so I'm gonna do it that way. How many of you all chose to paint on your ornament? Oh, I'm still so frozen over here. If you decided to paint on your ornament, what I'm gonna have you guys do is put it off to the side and just let it dry. If you put Mod Podge on it right away, it smears all of the paint, and it might still look cool, but not as cool as it, or not what you originally want it to be. All right, so you can go ahead and grab another ornament if you like.
Well,
Are you still there, Abigail? Looks like you froze. Yeah. Is it storming in Naples? I live in Cape Coral.
Not right now, but
Not right
it
now.
really looks like it could pretty soon.
Yeah. It looks like she left and she'll be right back to reconnect. But she set her first ornament off to the side so that the paint could dry. And then she pulled out her second one. And then she's going to demonstrate how to put on the plant material when she comes back. What kind of designs did those of you that painted, what kind of designs did you paint? If you're ready to show, only if you want to.
Secret designs, obviously. Secret.
Top secret, huh?
Good. Unfit for human consumption. Spend most of the time trying to opening the jars.
That was me. I screwed them very tight because I didn't want any of the paint to come out during
Just,
travel.
it's just like the child-proof covers on medicine bottles now, you know?
Yeah.
Child-proof and senior citizen-proof.
Abigail's coming back on the system, so she should be joining us shortly.
So we'll do the hodgepodge on here, and you can find what you want for.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I
Abigail.
don't know what happened. I for some reason lost internet. So
Wow, Jim.
Nice work.
Ooh,
Very nice,
goodness.
Jim.
Oh, cute.
y'all are so
Love the
fancy.
blue.
So
Wonderful.
I left off on the second ornament, I think, right? All right.
Yes.
So I love laying them out before I put the Mod Podge on, just because flowers are so delicate. And I have teared so many of them. But if you guys have any like big leaf like this, you can actually just tear off the leaf that you want to use and put it onto your ornament, which is fun.
You want to use this in all? Yes. Scissors.
So usually, oh, I love this design. Once I have a design like this here, I usually then take off what I have and then put Mod Podge on it. So I have a big container here. Oh. And I just stick it in. It does dry clear. So you notice on my brush here, I have some Mod Podge. And then you can go ahead and, as if you're painting with regular paint, you can go ahead and just paint it right onto your ornament. I typically cover the whole ornament. You can just put it in the spot that you want to put your flowers, but I put it all on at once because I have a tendency to miss the glue spot. So once your Mod Podge is on, you could take your pressed flower and place it on your ornament. How's everybody doing so far? Y'all look like you're hard at work. I know sometimes when I get really focused, I have to stick my tongue out to concentrate. I'm glad that y'all can't see my face. So, and sometimes too, when I put the leaves and the flowers on, I press them down a little bit to kind of really help them stick to the glue. There we go. All right. How's everybody's coming along? All right, once I have my flowers and leaves on, I think I'm happy with this design, so I'm gonna keep it the way it is. You can take your brush again, dip it back in the Mod Podge or the glue, and then go ahead and paint over your leaves and flowers. Now you may, the first time I used Mod Podge, I had like this moment of like, oh my goodness, it's all white. Like I don't want it to look white, but don't worry, it will dry clear. So I don't know if you guys can see very well with the light that I have. Oh, there we go. You can see that it's on there. Pretty good. All right. Give you guys a few moments to put any extra flowers in on there. I have like the springtime music playing on in my head. That would go with this a lot. If you guys are ready, we can go to the next step. And the final step for our ornament. And that is putting on a piece of yarn. This will give you the opportunity to hang it throughout your house if you'd like. So to go ahead and put the yarn in, you just stick it through this little hole at the top of your ornament. Let's see if I can get mine through. There we go. And pull it out the other side. And then you can go ahead and tie a knot at any length you want. I am also a horrible knot tyer. Kyle can confirm that because he's watched me tie all of the knots. So I just I think this is just like a regular knot. I don't know any knot names. So Kyle's laughing at me and my knot knowledge. So if anybody has a cool name for that. Oh, It's called a square knot. Thank you. Somehow I made it past kindergarten or first grade whenever you learn to tie your shoes. I don't know how I passed that years ago, but we got there. So now that if you guys are at this step, it probably takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes to dry. So I suggest just putting it off to the side and allowing it to dry a little bit. All right, I'm going to test my painted one out. I think my painted one is ready to go. I don't know about everybody else. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new design on my painted one. Ooh, Jim, do you have a cool one there? Ooh, that's so beautiful. I love how you
Nice.
added all of the red little dots on the outside. You're a master at this. Ooh, yours is very Christmassy. I like it. So now what we're gonna do is you guys can go ahead and work on your other two ornaments as well. I'm just gonna walk you all through as I go through mine as well. So I decided to grab my painted one here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little layer of Mod Podge on it, some glue. I don't know about you guys, but oh, it smeared a little bit. It's okay. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very much a planner. So when it comes to doing arts and crafts and making fun ornaments, I always have to know beforehand what kind of idea I want. So I think I'm gonna I have this beautiful purple flower here. This is Queen's Wreath. It's one of my favorite flowers in the garden. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on here. They're really cool. If you ever visit the garden, we have a pergola in one of our gardens, and it's covered with Queen's Wreath, and their leaves are they feel like sandpaper, so it's really rough, which is pretty cool. So that's part of the reason why I like them. Now that I have my flower on there, I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer of Mod Podge. Oops. Now you don't have to do it on the whole ornament. You can just put it over the flower if you'd like. I definitely recommend hitting all of the edges as well. With the flowers, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I suggest be very gentle with them. They are very delicate. And I know I've torn many of them in the past. So, all right, now that I have that on there, I'm gonna go ahead and put my yarn in. Putting the yarn through the hole. I always hold my breath. I'm always so nervous it's not gonna go through. Go ahead and tie a knot. Oh boy. They should really have a class on knot tying. I really got to get better at it. Oh, got a knot in there. Now I'm going to let this one dry too. How's everybody doing? Does anybody have any questions at all? We're all so focused. I love it. All right, I'm going to do one more ornament. It's always the decisions. Like, what flowers do I use? I always love the look with the stems on there. So I may rip some more off. If you want to, you can always do one that's half painted, kind of like what I did before. So I'm gonna let this one go here. Then we're gonna add a purple flower. Ooh, I like this one. All right, now that I have my design, gonna add some glue. These usually dry. There's kind of like a glossiness to them, and I can hold my finished ones up to show you guys. Now that I have the glue on, my flowers, and then just finish up with some glue. You can even, if you guys want to, after they dry, if you want to add some paint to them, you can. All right. Gonna go ahead and do one more. Gonna put the yarn through one more time. Stick it through the hole. All right, this is gonna be the best knot.
Third time's the charm, huh?
I know, right? Third time might have been the okay charm. So, but now we have some nice ornaments. What other kind of decorations did you all do? So I have some 3 nice ones here. And then I'll show you up close my other ones. But you can see it kind of has like a glossy feel to it. This one I put little leaves on the bottom and then did the queen's wreath flower. And then on my other ornament, I did a flower at the top and I painted the stem and the leaves as well. Does anybody have any questions at all?
No, it's fun.
All right. I have a fun little thing that you guys can do at home in your free time. If you ever want to press your own flowers, when I sometimes press my own flowers at home, I grab a cardboard box. I cut it into a square, kind of like this. And you can see I put rubber bands on it. And inside, take them off.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Very nice.
I feel like the blue and the purple or the blue and the red maybe. It gives it such a good accent, you know?
Let's see, Rita.
I did look
Nice.
3D.
Nice.
Oh, that's beautiful, Rita.
3D.
It is very 3D.
I have dried flowers and I dry my orchid flowers. And so I dipped it all in the hodgepodge.
Okay.
It's not dry yet, so it's all white, but it should be purple and yellow.
Yeah. Oh, that looks so cool. It might take a little bit for it to dry, but that's going to look so good.
Different.
Yeah.
Very nice.
David doesn't want to play with us today.
Maybe
Okay.
next time.
No.
No? So in my little flower press that I have some flowers that I gathered this morning. And I stick them in between 2 pieces of paper, kind of like a hamburger. It's like you're putting, you know, the flowers are the meat, and then the paper's like the condiments, and like lettuce and tomatoes. And then the cardboard is like your your buns.
Make them-
And then I always use rubber bands, or sometimes I use hair ties. And this has turned into a very weird analogy, so I apologize. But the rubber bands really help it like hold together, and I recommend keeping your flowers in there for a few days and your leaves, just to allow them to kind of dry out a little more. If you don't have any cardboard in your house and you don't have rubber bands, you can also use a book. Now, I know I'm an avid reader, so I have like several hundred. I was gonna tell you I have several hundred books, but I probably have like 30. So I recommend getting, this is a pretty thick book. I recommend getting a book. I'm gonna open it up to the back. You can see I have some pressed flowers in here. Again, you wanna put them in between a piece of paper. I usually just lay the piece of paper out flat, and then put the other on top, and then just close the book shut, and again leave it for a few days. I often have to leave my books out because I forget that I put flowers in them. So if I don't leave it out, they're just going to be in there forever. But that is a fun way to press flowers at home if you guys want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and turn my, go ahead, Rita.
How do you get them to stay the color? Mine always turn white or brown or green or something. You
That
know,
is-
purple ones, your purple ones are beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks. I know I recently had another purple one. Can y'all still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I recently had a purple one, kind of turn more of like a grayish color. I don't know if Caitlin has a good answer, but it's really hard to get their colors to stay. Usually when they dry out, they become like that grayish color. But it's hard to keep the original color pigment.
Yeah, it really depends on the plant, like how heavily pigmented the petal or the leaf is, and how long you press it. The ones that Abigail just showed are fairly recent that she started, so they still have their bright colors. I've heard some people use like hairspray sometimes to help hold color. I've seen that done in like wreath making and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's like life. It just starts to deteriorate over time, but it's still beautiful in its own way, just in a more pale color.
The flowers that I used today for my ornaments, I don't know how well you can see them, but they're kind of more dried out and more gray looking. The ones that I put in my book press and my cardboard press, I picked those this morning. So they're gonna look a lot more vibrant.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to show off their ornaments or ask any questions?
Mm-mm.
No? Well, that is all. Ooh, yours is so pretty.
Thank you.
Isn't
I like
that,
how you added the sun.
Yes, the sun and the moon.
Yes. Well, that is all that I have today for our lovely craft. If you guys do have any questions or want to keep showing them off, we are here to answer them, and you guys can reach out to us as well.
Thank you, Abigail, for doing that presentation. I hope you all enjoyed it, especially our new faces. Oh, is that your second one, Rita? Did another 3D?
Rita, what's the design on that? It's lovely.
There's no design. I just put yellow and purple in the background, and then I have the yellow and purple flowers.
Okay,
So it's drying, so it may work out.
it's lovely.
It's a little Yankee, but we'll see. Yeah, it's the colors coming in.
Cool.
When it's done, it'll be an orchid with a stem. Right now, it just looks like a mess.
No.
And David broke
I
my.
made this for my mom,
Oh, beautiful.
for my mom.
That's so pretty.
That's sweet.
I feel like your mom's gonna love it. I know I definitely mailed one to my mom at one point and my grandma.
Oh, that's lovely.
Hold it up again, please, Annika.
It's a heart and it says 2021.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lovely. Lovely.
Anyone else want to show them off? I'm kind of making the screen big when you do,
Mhm.
at least on my end. Velma and Jim, yeah, let me get that. Got a couple of them. Oh, nice. There you go. Beautiful.
And Holly's,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh, let me get Holly. Hang on a minute, Holly. Don't go away yet. Yeah. And I forgot to tell y'all I was recording this for our team members who couldn't be here. Beautiful, Holly. So on the recording, I'm making them big so they can see.
Y'all are so artsy and so crafty, and I love it.
Well, you were inspiring.
Years ago, when the kids were young, we used to pick flowers, and then we had a friend of mine made. It's a wooden board, and then there's screws that come up on 4 sides.
Yeah.
Another wooden board that goes over the top of it, and then you screw it tight. And we used wax paper.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then we had it, well, the screws were about this long, pardon me, and it was about this square, and we had it almost full after 2 years. The
That's
kids
terrific.
really enjoyed doing it.
Oh, beautiful.
Then they were young. Now I can't get them to do anything.
Okay.
Can't get Dave to do anything either.
Well, this is the start of a Christmas tree, but it needs a little more.
Oh,
Oh, that's pretty.
that's cute.
Yeah, it needs something else. Anybody have ideas?
Get up bulbs, Christmas
A what?
bulbs.
What's the yellow thing on the top of it?
Yes. What's the thing on the top?
It's a yellow.
It's a flower.
It's supposedly a Christmas star, you know?
Oh, Christmas star.
Yeah.
I see.
Polka dots.
Very
That
nice.
Good. Okay, to make maybe ornaments on the tree.
Yeah,
Oh,
get
that's
an early start.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Welcome.
paint
Have-
ornaments on.
I know this is the perfect time to start for Christmas stuff because I know I always wait till the last minute to get Christmas presents,
I do too.
and so this is a good way to start. You know,
Oh.
you make something that's from your heart for other people, and
Mhm.
they love it.
That's neat. Has anybody traveled across the Alligator Alley around November or December and noticed the Christmas trees that are there? The Florida
No.
Christmas trees? Well, I call them Christmas trees because there's all kind of white birds nestling in them. And it's like a special tree. And then don't they have lilies growing in the wild, in the sawgrass? Something like that. Anyhow, that's a wild imagination.
David wants to be part of this, so he's going to show you our Christmas tree.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Wow, that's the real McCoy.
Well, these aren't homemade, but we're gonna take a few off or put them around the side and we'll put Rita's up here instead.
That is so nice.
Yeah. Well, the tree is so tall, it's like 10 feet tall. I'm not allowed on ladders anymore, so we leave it up all year. It's been up for 4 years now,
That's okay.
because I might fall down.
Saves wear and tear.
That's David's
Okay.
contribution. Thank you, David.
Thank you. That's lovely. Well, you topped all the programs with this one. How many enjoyed making the experiment on your bulb, your ornament? That is really fun. I never would have thought this would become so creative when I looked at it in the sack. So thank you. Thank you. Anybody want to
Thank you.
comment on?
Thank you.
Yeah. Holly, this is your first time, and Doug, what did you
Yes.
think of it?
Well, I'm not artistic, but I like the end product, so it was fun.
Thank you. Okay.
I enjoyed it, and I thank the Botanical Garden for providing these, these little pieces of natural beauty to because they turned out just beautiful.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay. Well, let's give a round of applause for the staff and for Caitlin at the Botanical Garden. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Yes,
Nice.
and for Abigail's
Abigail.
presentation. Yes, thank you all for joining us today, and we are looking forward to see you next month in July.
Okay.
The activity that we have planned so far is a decorative garland piece that has dried citrus and some tillandsia, which are air plants on it. It does sound like it's a holiday craft, but it doesn't have to be, just like how this craft can be year round too. But it's like a decorative string that you can hang in your home or outdoors. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys participate in that one too.
It's good. Okay. Well, any other comments on this beautiful occasion? Carolyn, was this your first time? No. I don't think she hears me.
I don't think she has audio, Jeannie, nor
Okay.
our friend on iPhone who made a beautiful ornament has no
Yes.
audio either. And I don't know her name.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you. Maritza, any comments, or Mel?
It was wonderful. Thank you all for being
Thank
here
you.
and helping us with this. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you
Thank
very
you to our
much.
friends who
All
joined.
right.
I said
Thank you
Abigail,
for coming from the West Coast.
I said Abigail, I have mine, but I'm gonna save it for do with my grandchildren tonight. So tonight.
Oh, look at that.
Hmm.
Oh, that looks like a
Oh.
beautiful
She says
brooch.
that her grandchildren.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like.
that's amazing.
Oh, she can hear that.
Right, but she did beautiful work.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a great weekend and we'll see you all next month.
Yeah.
See you guys.
And hopefully we'll bring our mosquito repellent and meet you on the occasion.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye now. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
trails. Thanks, Abigail.